Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Berardo Podcast. I'm your host, Tony Berardo. Each episode I focus on giving you fun, entertaining content on health, happiness, positivity, and anything else that's important to us humans. If you haven't already, you can follow me on Instagram at the Berardo, and don't forget to subscribe to the show by visiting theberardo.com/thepodcast, or just click that little subscribe button wherever you're listening to the podcast. Thanks again, and enjoy the episode.
You're just funny. It's funny, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how?
This is a new intro. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in to the Berardo Podcast. I, of course, am your host, Tony Berardo. We're back in studio finally after COVID. You see all my guests were doing like these virtual fucking Zoom calls and all that. And it's fun, but it's great to have someone in the studio finally besides my wife. This is another human being, a very important human being, because she gave birth to me. And today is actually my birthday. So it was fitting that we bring her in and say, what the hell was she thinking bringing this guy into the earth? Everyone help me welcome my mother, Lisa Berardo.
Hello.
MaMa, what do you say?
Happy birthday to you.
I love you.
I love you, son. You're
Love you.
amazing. Yes.
Thank you.
Hello. How are you, son?
Mother, I'm great. How are you?
Very good. It was hard for he told me not to say anything during the intro.
That was hard.
I so much wanted to say. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? You came out of my fucking vagina. Okay?
But before we get into the bulk of today, I do want to give a quick shout out because they did me a solid, and I gave them a shout out on Instagram. But Superfat, one of our sponsors, hooked me up with some really cool birthday items, some sprinkles, and some keto chocolate sprinkles that we're going to use to maybe make some pancakes or something tomorrow. So, yeah, so thank you, Superfat, for supporting the show and for all the goodies you give me. If you want to try out the products, you can go to superfat.com, use the code Berardo10. You'll get 10% off the entire order. Nut butters, keto cookie bites. They have all types of fun stuff. You tried one of the cookies last night. What'd you think?
Oh,
And they're
amazing.
healthy.
Yeah.
And they're healthy for you.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Very good.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
So, well, thanks for coming on the show, by the way.
Thank you.
This is a big deal.
May I say that
No. Oh, no, you can. Go ahead.
May I say that my daughter-in-law, which is my favorite daughter-in-law,
Yes.
she actually flew my ass in.
She flew you in.
She did. She said, what do I get my son that has everything? His mama.
As MaMa.
Yeah.
Well, and a bunch of Project Rock body armor gear.
Oh, yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
But-
and you have it on right now,
And
actually.
I'm cranking it now. Except the
are.
shirt. The shirt is compliments of theberardo.com.
Yeah, I like that human being.
Yeah.
Hence
well,
your card.
that's right.
So I usually write many, many emotional things in your birthday card. However, I remember that shirt, and I just wanted to bring to your attention that I'm very proud that I birthed out of this wonderful body of mine,
Yes.
a
Yes.
human
Yes, you did.
being that is the most incredible person in the whole wide
That
world.
is kind of crazy when you think, I posted something on Mother's Day. I don't know if you remember,
I do.
but there's so much obviously there's a lot of people that respect women as they should, but I don't think even if you're I like to think I'm pretty respectful of women, especially my wife, of course, and my family, but even strangers. But when you see a stranger walking down and it's a woman, chivalry is definitely dead because not a lot of people are opening doors for women. And there's just, I think we forgot that without women, we literally can't be born. Like they make all the humans. So
Very
when
true.
you wrote that on my card, you're proud of me and that I'm a great human. It just made me think of the post that I put on Mother's Day, which is like, if you have a mother, which you obviously, do if you met your mother, or if you have a wife, or if you just see a stranger and she's a woman, like she either gave birth or she might potentially give birth or be a big factor of giving birth to a human.
To a human being.
And that's how our species have gone from, one person, well, two people, depending on what Bible you believe in,
Yeah.
but two people to 7.5 billion people in the world.
Can you imagine when you
All of
wrap
those-
your head around it?
All of those people, 7.5 billion, it's all made from women. Like they made them.
And let's point out whether it is.
You're one of them, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's point out whether it's natural
Right.
or artificially inseminated by the husband or someone else.
Exactly.
It's still
It's
the
still-
woman that has to do the birth.
Carrying a surrogate, you're still
9 months.
9 months. You got to live in the womb. So let's talk about. We don't want to talk about, how it was conceived. Obviously, we don't want to get into that on the air.
Well, some of us might. I mean, that could be another show.
Yeah, maybe we'll do like an X-rated,
I can tell you stories about what happened.
episode too. But for those of you that don't know, I am a child of divorce. So if you're, whoa, who's calling me? No one important. Rookie move, keeping my phone on ring. Jesus.
Who are you?
I don't know. Apparently, I don't know how to do a show. But for those of you who don't know, I am a child of divorce. So if you're a child of divorce yourself and you don't think you can make it, look at me.
Look.
I'm a great example of what not to do. No, but, so you guys have been divorced for quite some time.
2000, yeah. Quite some time.
Congrats,
Yeah.
I should say.
Well, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's all a good thing.
It's all a good thing.
Yeah. We're
You're-
not in this
you're in a
world.
good place.
To be honest with you, this is the way I feel, honestly. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but we're not in this world to love who we think we're going to be with forever. We're in this world to love the person that we're with at the moment, is my personal belief.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
And, I forget what it was. I think it was a Parks and Rec or a show or something that I heard this from, but I thought it was very, very beneficial to everyday life, which is some people might get divorced after 15 years of marriage. Some people might get divorced after a year. Some people might be together forever that only dated for a week and they got married.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know. I think you have to just take whoever you're with, like you said, and love them as best you can. And hopefully they love you back.
Sure.
And that's it.
Oh, absolutely.
And then if it doesn't happen, I think the one thing that kind of helped me as I was getting older, especially when I met, Brenda, the wife, was I realized that all my relationships probably would have worked better if I didn't resent my current girlfriend for my past girlfriend's mistake.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of just being a kid when I was in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
But every girl I was like, one girl cheated on me. So for like 5 years, every girl that I was with, I would like purposely try to cheat on her. I never did cheat on my girl, but I would like kind of give that like, I'm a badass. You're not going to cheat on me. I'll cheat on you first type of mentality because I was so like self-conscious and so
But you're
resentful.
Gemini too. Let's bring that out. Gemini,
Yeah.
Taurus on the cusp.
I'm on the cusp.
But go
yeah.
on.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, that's probably maybe I'm schizo. That's-
No, I'm just
That's what
teasing
it
you.
is.
I'm just teasing.
But yeah, that's one thing that really helped me, I think, is I didn't give every girlfriend the love that they probably deserved. And some of them were bitches for sure.
Mhm.
But
Remember Psycho Sally?
I do.
Oh my God.
And that was her legal name, I believe.
I
By
think
the time.
if
Well,
not,
Psycho
it for
Sally.
sure is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was batshit crazy.
She was
Which,
a
by the
psycho.
way, that is my nickname, and I'm proud of it. But she
Yeah, she
didn't
was nuts.
deserve to have that name. That's why I
Yeah.
call her Psycho Sally.
And that's another thing too. Like she was psycho because I was a prick most of the time as well.
Or she had a bad relationship, you told me.
A little bit of both. But again, I was like, I could have been better, but we were kind of drowned in this weird, drugs, booze,
Yeah.
party,
Yeah.
and that doesn't really help anybody.
But now as you get older, that's a good time. Just want to put that out there.
And it's a good time, especially if you're, single, which you are single.
I am.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you know anybody,
My website and telephone number will be up on
yeah, we'll put a little
his
DM.
page.
Yeah, put a little DM there.
But I do live in Arizona, but I am willing to travel.
Are you?
Yeah, and I'm willing to move again.
Great. Are you
Yeah.
are you swiping right? You on the dating apps and stuff?
All right, so the last dating app that I was on was the one that you told me to go on, which was Tinder.
That was my fault. I was just trying to get you some from,
Oh
some
my
random folks.
gosh, I could have got whatever I wanted from some random folks,
That's right.
but at that moment I was like, oh, I want a relationship. I'm not gonna have sex with you until unless you want to,
Yeah.
friggin' marry me, kind of
Yeah, yeah.
bullshit. Yeah.
And no guy wants to hear that.
No. So I'm learning but I got to be honest with you, I really need to probably write a book or take some therapy on how to date properly.
Yeah.
My thing is I want to be Samantha in Sex and the City.
Mm.
She's beautiful, right? Confident, which I am. those two things,
Check.
she can just go out there and just lay it down.
How old is Samantha? And
Oh, well, she, in the, series in Sex and the City, she was probably in her mid-50s.
okay,
Yeah, around the same age I am.
you're a little bit younger.
Give or take a year or two less.
Yeah.
But yes. So dating is definitely difficult at this age, only because set in my ways.
Right.
I have a dog. I used to hanging out at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still in the old-fashioned mindset that, I want you to, ask me out.
Yeah.
But when I go out to bars, I'm hanging out, having fun,
Well, that's how it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Waiting for that cocktail or not. Just a conversation, just to meet people.
just a combo.
Yeah, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. All joking aside.
How have you seen the distinction between Arizona and Florida in terms of quality of folk? Guys, is it better in Arizona or is it?
Much better, yeah. Because the chivalry, like you were talking about,
Right.
it's there. I mean, it hasn't been there for me yet, but
But you see other
I
women
see other
being
women
treated very.
being treated, yeah.
So hopefully you'll be in
They're
that.
12 and 15 years old.
Right.
The guys of my age, but hey,
Yeah.
she can't get up in the SUV. He's got to help her up somehow.
But I mean, versus Florida, where it's
Yeah.
just a bunch of shit bags.
Yeah, and that's probably because it's such a tourist and transit, state.
Well, one thing I realized
And
moving
guys
out.
are kind of assholes. I'm sorry, but
Oh no,
I've been
we are.
dating a long time. You
Yeah.
guys are kind of assholes.
Yeah, well, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I mean, all guys are dicks. I don't care who you
Mhm.
are. And then any guy that you talk to only wants to have sex. There's, so girls, if you're listening out there and you have a best friend, that's a guy. Unless he's gay, well, even if he's gay, I'm a little suspect of those relationships too, because there was a gay dude that was a friend of Brenda's, and I mean, he
It
was
could go either way.
he was definitely he was on the cusp.
Of
There
course.
was, but also too, it's he could slap her ass and he just gets away with that. He's like,
Because he's gay.
and that's not cool.
No, it's not cool at all.
But in a different life, I would totally pretend to be, gay for a little bit. And then, cause now you could just go back and forth and do whatever you
And
want.
your father once told me, I think our son's going to be gay.
Yeah.
And
There's probably a small part of me that was
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but you are so good looking. That's the reason why. You're so good looking.
Yeah.
You've got the mannerisms of a decent human being,
Right.
which AKA, I guess,
Yeah.
in the day used to mean gay. I don't know.
Something. Yeah.
But you have both qualities.
Well, I think I realized that there's no guy that's good enough for me. So that's probably why.
Therefore, you stayed on.
That's why I switched to the vaginas.
Oh, okay. All right then.
But anyway, like I was saying with the gay folk, so there's if you're a girl.
Don't you need to do a disclaimer? You don't want to piss
No,
people off.
it's all
No.
explicit.
Okay.
No, I love gay people. It's great.
Okay.
I used to work at Parliament House.
Okay.
You can't,
And I was going to bring that up, but I wasn't sure. If I
Yeah.
should. Oh,
I made money.
he was the best dancer. Oh my God. Never saw you, but I heard.
I mean, again, gay people are human. We're all
Yeah.
human. It's all good. I'm with it. Doesn't matter what you do in your personal time. Unless, again, like I was saying, that example was if you're gay or even if you're straight and you pretend to be something you're not
yeah.
just to get laid, that's not cool.
No.
So if you're straight and you pretend to be gay just to, get closer to women, that's
Mhm.
what I'm saying with women that have friends that are guys. There's, again, even if they're gay, they want to have sex with you. There's a small portion. So when Brenda texts me, if she's like, hey, I have this guy friend and he's asking me for a cup of coffee, can I go hang out with him? She's just a guy. He's just a friend, a really good friend. I'm a guy. And like you said, this all is full circle. Guys are assholes.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we want to do is have sex with women. That's it. That's the only thing. So there's no guy that wants to be your friend.
That's so
So-
disappointing.
It's very disappointing.
You told me that the other day. I cried.
I'm just telling you. So when you hang out with a guy, the good news for you is the reason I bring this up is every guy you hang out with, he has an ulterior motive. And that motive is to make a little Tony number 2. Depending on
Which
what age.
I've been fixed. So that's not going to happen.
Oh, even better for the guy then.
Yeah.
You should lead with that, actually.
I'm going to put that on the Match.com. I am going to register for Match.com before the end of
Yeah,
the weekend.
you should.
Yeah, I will.
But so Floridians are definitely a little more funky than
They're off the charts. They're totally off the charts.
Then
They're either-
Arizonians? What do
yeah.
you say? Arizonians?
Arizonians, yeah. I think we say Arizonians.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I like it.
But you have to understand the Arizonian men are extremely independent because they live up in the mountains or they've lived by themselves for a very long time. So, whereas when the difference between the two is that the Floridian men, they got mommy issues, mommy retired in Florida and now they living in the condo and they're hanging out at the dive bar on the beach. They
Right.
don't have to wear shoes half the time or change their panties. So they have a different mindset. So I think I'd rather have the batshit crazy dude that's lived in the mountains for a while that sort of has to, he's kind of like what's that Sasquatch character?
Sasquatch?
Yeah.
So you want to be more of like a Sasquatch?
Well, no, I'm just saying that's what I recognize, that they have that mentality. You got to reel them in. Once you have sex with them a couple times,
Yeah.
they're putty in my hands.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Very gross. So let's get to the reason why we're here. We're not here to talk about that shit. We are here, however, to celebrate the birth of me.
Mm-hmm.
It's my birthday.
That's right. Happy birthday to you. All right, so let's talk about let's talk about how you were surprised yesterday, shall we?
I was very
tell
surprised.
the story because you
So-
can only tell it. You were there.
Yes. So I was working, like I do most days. And I think it was like, I don't know, 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock or something like that. So
Yeah, roundabout.
I was still working. I was rounding up some emails. And Brenda pops in and she's like, hey, I need your help in the garage, which she does more often than not. And it's usually something very like minuscule, like, I need you to move this 40-pound dumbbell so I could, do yoga or whatever, right? So I'm like, can it wait? I got to do these emails. It's very important. And she goes, no, I'm like sweaty. And like, I almost killed myself. I was like, wait, what? What do you need help with? She's like, I just need you, just come out. And she's like panting. She's like sweating and like, it didn't look nervous. It looked like she literally almost fell off a cliff. So I was like, oh shit, maybe this is serious. Like, is the garage like on some
What
weird,
happened to the car?
Yeah, like that
Surprised
was.
you didn't ask that.
Well, that was my first thought, but I didn't want to be a negball and say that. So I was like, all right, cool. So I follow her down, and then as soon as I open up the garage door, next thing you know, because I had to throw on pants, by the way, because I usually work with no pants. So I had to throw on some pants, and then I came in the garage. The next thing I know, boom, my mother showed up. And if you don't know, my mother, like we, talked about for a sec, she's in Phoenix, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave the address redacted.
Mm-hmm.
But I've only seen her, once since we moved into this new place.
Right.
So once this
January
year.
for my birthday.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a big surprise because we talked about you potentially coming for my birthday, but then we decided price is too expensive, and it was a better move. Maybe we just wait till like June or July or something. So we'd had that conversation a couple months ago. So I was just kind of assuming that you weren't going to come.
Mm-hmm.
So I blocked everything off. But what's even more interesting about that is that same day that I got surprised with, hours before in the morning, I was helping my father move some stuff in Apollo Beach. And I was pretty nonchalant, just rushing to try to get, shit taken care of before I got to work. And then I was like, hey, Pop, you want to come over later on? We'll crank out the brick oven pizza. I'll cook you some dinner, whatever. He's like, no. And by the way, he's never said no to that. So I was like, all right, whatever. Fuck you then. And he's like, no, fuck you. But, later on, I realized I texted him afterwards and I was like, did you know that, Mom was coming into town? And he's like, yeah, Brenda texted me. I was like, oh, okay. Is that why you turned it down? He's like, yeah, you kept fucking bothering me about the pizza oven. And I was like, I didn't want to say anything. So he kept it secret. Brenda kept it secret, which she is horrible at secrets.
She was so nervous. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think she had diarrhea several times.
She did. I heard
during
it.
the course of the day. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was not feeling well at all.
No.
And she told Mark, she's like, do not take him on the boat. Do
Yeah.
not do anything. He needs to be here by 3 o'clock or
Yeah.
whatever time she said. And she was so nervous. Oh my gosh.
Well, because
The
that
poor thing.
was a Wednesday, so I was like planning
Yeah, so-
on doing some stuff.
Right. And so
Yeah.
we planned this. This is like 3 weeks ago.
Really?
So
Wow.
it's been a while. So she's had to live with this for 3 weeks.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
not. She's
And then
not
I'm
good at
texting
that.
her saying, okay, so what's the plan?
And I'm sure you were bothering the hell out of the
I was
whole
bothering the
time.
hell out of her, and she wasn't responding back. I'm like, hello, the little cute girl with the braces that does the tapping on the whole emoji thing. Anyways,
Oh, you mean the GIF?
Yeah, and the gift thing, yeah.
For those that don't know, it's the Finding Nemo gift that
Yeah.
yeah.
The little girl with
That
the
one's fun.
bracelets. And,
Yeah, that one's fun.
hello. She's got red hair like me.
Yeah.
And she wasn't answering. I'm like, what the fuck is going on
Yeah.
here? She's not a very good communicator, anyways. Via text.
Not via text.
No, not via
No,
text.
she's not. She's not the best at that. Yeah, there's definitely something. I would say I'd like her to work on it, but the great thing about it is I could easily pry things out if I wanted to, but I choose not to.
That's what she said. She said she cannot tell a lie to save her life.
Yeah, but I choose not to.
She said she avoided. She was avoiding eye contact with you as
She
much
was.
as she possibly could.
She hasn't kissed me in 3
I was
weeks.
just gonna say, has she not kissed you?
Oh, she's kissed
I
me.
gotta believe you're gonna have a good time tonight
That's right.
or tomorrow. Well, I'm leaving a couple hours early.
Tomorrow.
No, today. Remember, I'm gonna go.
Today you
I'm
are,
gonna go.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with a friend
Nice.
and have a couple of cocktails. Give you guys some private time. Get you ready because Brent's got something major planned, which we'll both find out, I guess, at the last minute.
Yeah, tonight I'm not sure what it is, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
You're gonna take a shower, right?
Oh yeah.
You gonna do your hair?
Yeah, I'm disgusting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do all that.
But you're a human being.
That's right.
It's okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna wear, so we'll see.
God,
And-
that's gonna take an hour. We should probably wrap this up.
What's
You've
gonna
got
take
to
an
get
hour?
ready for you to figure out your little
I
outfit.
shower 5 minutes.
All
Pick
right.
out an outfit. I'm good.
Okay.
So let's talk real quick and then we'll close it out. What was it like giving birth to one of the most influential people in this household? Me.
I
Right.
figured that.
Yeah. What was it like 36 years ago? Almost to the day this morning at 7:50.
Tomorrow.
6?
Yeah. So you were born on a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Well, it's the day that matters though.
Yeah.
It's
You're-
21st.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, but tomorrow, there's one time out of 10 years that you're actually back on the same day with the birth date, something like that.
Is that what it is?
So, I kind of cheated a little bit. I kind of did a little C-section, kind of
Nothing
thing.
wrong with that. We just had a friend that had a C-section.
Yeah. Well, so back in the day, though, the husband or the significant other had to go through cesarean classes to make sure that they would support the spouse
Really?
properly, or they could not be in the operating room.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not like that now?
No, I don't think it's like that now.
Ever.
So your father had to go through a little class, and I don't remember how he reacted, but I'm quite sure it was interesting.
Yeah. I'm sure he
And,
didn't like it. I know I wouldn't do a fucking class right now.
No, I know, right?
Fuck that.
But he was a trooper. He went right through it. He did what he had to do, and then so they prepped me up. They gave me the epidural. Obviously, when you've got the epidural, you wide awake.
How bad did that hurt?
It was numbed down there, so I don't. It was numbed in the back, so I don't think.
But
that I
like the
felt
needle
it.
didn't?
Yeah, but the guy showed me the needle. The doctor showed, the anesthesiologist showed me the needle, and when I'm not kidding you, it's half the size of our little pinky.
Are they supposed
It
to
was
show
big.
the needle?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
think that
seem
could
right.
be a lawsuit right now.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right.
Yeah, but anyways, I
Okay.
didn't have any idea. So he puts the needle in. Everybody's numb, or you and I are numb.
I'm drugged the fuck up in that
You're
womb.
drugged up. You're like, hey, I'll stand here for whatever
Yeah.
amount of time, right? And then they put the little drape, so I can't see what's going on. But your father's over here, okay, and he can see what's going on over the little
Smart.
curtain. And they're yanking in there. You feel a little bit of pressure,
Right.
and they're yanking around and moving some organs around and whatever. And
So you're feeling things. Kind of
I'm
the
feeling
tugging.
the yank. I'm feeling tugging.
Tugging,
I'm
yeah.
feeling tugging. I wouldn't have thought it was such a big deal if your father would have just been quiet.
Oh, he wasn't quiet?
But he's like, oh, fuck. Do you feel that? Your liver just got moved. I think they're taking out your kidney. Like, he was saying all kinds of shit. He can probably tell the story a lot better than me.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure I was a little drugged up. So
Yeah.
I just remember him saying, oh my God, I can't believe, are you sure you don't feel that? I'm like, would you shut the fuck up? And then all of a sudden, you've got a boy.
Boom.
And so your dad and I agreed that if it was a boy, we wouldn't have any more. Of course,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was. Yeah.
Because back then you couldn't.
Yeah. Well, I think we could have. No, I think we could have found out the sex, but I don't think
But
we
you chose
wanted
not to? Yeah.
Either that or we weren't speaking to each other at the time.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Sure.
Yeah. So we decided not to. And I said it was a boy. Because if it was going to be a boy, no more. A girl, try one more time.
Nice.
I don't think that would have worked out for us at that time.
No.
But
Well, not for the girl, at least.
not for the girl. But anyways, it was wonderful. You came out and, oh my God, you were only 6 pounds. 6 pounds even at 7:56 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was scheduled. And let's remember, too, Nanny Joy.
Right.
Your father's mother, God rest her soul.
Happy birthday, Nanny Joy, yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. And she was so pissed off that, because we got to choose the day.
Right.
I think we could choose the day within 5 days, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, you just assumed we were going to choose the 20th, but I wanted you to have your own birthday.
Well,
And I think your dad was a little disappointed that, you know, I was insistent on the next day.
Yeah. But I'm sure, I mean, for now, you know, I think he would agree, and everyone else would, that, you know, yesterday was Nanny Joy's birthday. You celebrate that.
Yes.
And then today is, you know, it's all about me.
I don't think anybody should share a birthday except for twins. And as you know, your father is a twin.
Right.
So he's got to share that with Uncle Michael.
Yeah, and I've seen that dynamic go on as well for 36 years.
Isn't that pretty?
I only remember the last few years because I don't remember anything like before, I think, 28.
It's all those drugs you were doing.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I seen the twin thing go down, and I couldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be cool with that.
Yeah.
I mean, they're okay, you know, because they'll do dinner, or, you know, like I think it was this past November we went out to a place up the road here, Vineyards, this little Italian joint, really good food, and that was all right. But, you know, again, you could tell like Uncle Michael, and if you're listening, Uncle Mike,
You know how you are.
yeah, you're a brat when it comes to
Yeah.
public. So you could tell my dad probably almost every single year is like, I can't believe I share a fucking birthday with this guy. Jesus, I just wish he wasn't at this table right now. Just one more day.
I don't think
couldn't wait one more day.
he doesn't honestly invite him. Michael just shows up, doesn't he?
It's like a twin thing. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, maybe he
They
knows and he
know
just shows
Where
up.
they are, yeah.
Yeah, he has like a
Yeah.
GPS or something. I don't know.
I was really kind of hoping that we would have twins because I thought that would be amazing.
Well, I
to
hope
have-
it skipped me, and I hope we get twins.
I bet you do.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Is there a way to test?
No, I'm just going to do what I can to put as much in there as I can. See what happens. Hopefully 2 latch on.
Oh my gosh! I
Yeah.
mean, you're gonna put enough in there, right? I mean,
Sure.
you're gonna put.
Yeah.
Are you starting to reserve now, or
I reserve.
okay?
I reserve. Yeah.
All right. You got a jar laying around here someplace?
Yeah, it's right behind you there.
Okay. Great.
But yeah, that'd be cool if we get twins, because we get twins too. I'll get snipped.
I think actually
Call it a
it
day.
skips a generation, and I do think it's on the man side.
So yeah.
Yeah, I
that'd be
think
good.
it's on the man side. I don't think it's on the woman's side.
That'd
If
be
somebody
good.
has a chance to, do you have? All right, so I'm gonna go get just a hair off track. Terrence Williams. Have you ever heard of him?
Terrence Williams.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar.
He's an amazing, cool black dude that, you know, he's a big Trump supporter and he's got a lot of followers on Facebook and whatnot.
Yeah.
But when he does his talks on Facebook, he has comments that are coming up with the emojis and like, oh, we love you. Do you have that available?
He does like live stuff.
Yeah.
So if I did this live, I could do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
we're not live?
No.
What the fuck? Are
I
you
know.
kidding me?
Well, just in case I wanted to cut something out.
Oh, well, you're going to have to cut a lot out now.
So far, I don't like any
Motherfucker.
of this episode.
Just kidding.
Yeah, and we got 8 more minutes. You okay?
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine.
See? How fun is this?
This is amazing.
It's just it's just a chat. Like
I
every
have been
time.
wanting to be on a podcast for a
Yeah.
very long time, and you always say no.
I've never said that.
Well, you just walk away. I mean, what's the difference?
Yeah. I just ignore it. That has nothing to do
Yeah,
with the podcast.
I can't hear you.
But you're the first parent to be on the show.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, Mark.
Yeah, me too. Well, because, you know, Dad listens to the podcast all the time.
Does he?
Yep. I know you say you do, but I could see who subscribes and you don't. But that's okay. You don't listen as
I
much.
have you saved. I've got several. I've got like 185,000 podcasts to
You got
watch.
some catching up to do.
I do.
So look at that camera right there. Say, hey, Pops.
Hi, Pops. Thank you very much for helping with this little shit.
Hey, Daddy. Thanks,
We both did good jobs. I
Yeah.
think we both did good jobs.
Some would say it was 50% him as well.
No, it absolutely it
Yeah.
absolutely was. But let's face it. I mean, you've got
30%.
my personality.
Right.
You've got my eyes.
Mm-hmm. Do I?
You do.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. You've got my looks.
Mm-hmm.
However, you've got his nose.
Sure.
Yeah.
Compliment?
You've got his ears.
Compliment on the nose?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm not saying anything.
Because, I mean, that other camera that picked up this, you know, because that camera comes from the side,
Uh-huh.
from your left side.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I wouldn't want.
We're not talking
Would
about
I want
me.
that nose?
Okay.
Would I want your nose?
You
I think I got the better. I got the better end
Look,
of the
it's a
nose.
German nose. It has. I know. I decided to do a boob job instead of a nose job because who's going to look at the nose?
That's a
You
good
got
point.
boobs. I mean, come on.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. Once you have the boobs, I mean, nothing else matters.
No need. No.
Yeah.
No, but you got the best qualities of both of us.
I
yeah.
agree.
He's financial. God knows I'm not.
Right.
I mean, there's stories to tell.
Sure.
Yeah. That
We
I'm
don't have
not.
time for all that.
We don't have. That's another episode. Yeah. So you got the finances from him. You got my personality, which sometimes is good and sometimes is not.
That's right.
But yeah, you're a good human being. But beside all that, I want to say that I don't know if your father feels the same way, but I cannot believe that you've turned out to be more of a better person than I could have ever thought in my whole life. I mean, seriously.
Oh, thank you.
You really, to be honest with you, and I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be mean to your dad at all.
Yeah.
I'm just meaning this truly. You really are your own human being. Like, you're really not us.
Yeah.
Because your father's an asshole and I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no way in hell you're like us. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. Well, that's nice of you to say.
I mean, do you not agree?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. Well, and I think
You did totally the opposite of what we've done.
that's right. Well, and that's what's so cool about making people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every person's different. You know, like I would venture to say that, you know, even though, you know, Pa and Grandma Schultz were great people,
Mm-hmm.
but you're nothing like them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's certain qualities.
Sure.
And same thing with Pops. I mean, you know, Nanny Joy was a sweetheart, and I never met his dad, Guido. Yeah, I don't think no, but I've just seen pictures and videos and heard stories, so I could just tell he's nothing like them too. He's better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's better than those folks. So it's interesting how we, and you could there's a lot to do with this with generational, especially people come from, you know, like his family coming from Italy. You know, those cats, like Nanny Rose is a great example. Nanny Rose was a
batshit crazy if you think about it.
She was a sweetheart, but
But she was venomous.
right, but you could tell she was like, you know,
In a good way. I
Yeah.
don't mean that in a bad way.
but she's like, you know, there's a different. She wouldn't parent the way parents do now.
Yeah.
And Nanny Joy definitely wouldn't parent the way parents do
Yeah.
now. And it's like every generation gets, I don't want to say softer, but definitely more respectful, you know, takes care of their kids a little bit more. You know, I'm sure you and Dad have stories, just like all parents out there, that, you know, your parents were strict on you,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't really know anything. There was no YouTube. There was no books. There was no
Yeah.
way to connect to people and learn different things. It was almost like the only way you knew how to parent
It's
was
by them.
yeah, from
The
your
way they did.
parents.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't always the best thing, especially if you're coming from people from the boat
Oh, yeah.
overseas, because they're just hardcore and still in work ethic. And I think that's what I respected from you guys the most was, you know, both you guys have work ethic, you know, and I learned a lot from you guys. And I think when you guys did get separated originally,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just like any teen, I rebelled.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's normal, yeah.
yeah, but I think it was good that it happened for you guys, obviously, because you both seem much more happier now, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely was great for me, because I think if I didn't rebel, I would have grown up to be a totally different person that I wouldn't even want to be around.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, whether it's, maybe I would be more respectful, more of a pussy,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe I would be, you know,
A
like,
psycho killer.
yeah,
or
like I said,
something.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I think the trials and tribulations that I went through and all that bullshit that I went through, I think really helped me learn from those mistakes to where I was able to land, you know, Brenda and be able to kind of learn how to, you know, do my own money and you know, be financially independent and all that stuff. So
Yeah, absolutely.
you got to go through those bullshit times.
And so, just short history, real quick. So, my parents, you know, I grew up in the day of it was okay to, you know, hit the children with the belt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Snap the belt, and you'd go running and whatnot. And your father grew up the same way, but it was like, you know, GP, general purpose, is going to get the shit beat out of you. So,
Right.
we were both brought up, but that's just the way it was. It wasn't
how it was.
abusive. That was the normal way. So, the first time I always said I would never ever spank you with the belt, and I spanked you one time with the belt. It was like that, but I was so guilty.
Buckle or no buckle?
No buckle,
Okay, it's fine.
but I did snap it. I snapped it.
course. I
before
remember
was
the
gonna do
snaps.
it. Yeah, you were like 2 years old.
Yeah. Well, I remember you guys did the snaps a few times,
Mm-hmm.
but there was only, well, you did the snaps like multiple times, and there was only a couple times I remember getting hit. But I remember the snap more than anything. And I don't know if it's because it happened more or it's just more terrifying. But
It's
that,
more terrifying. Yeah.
oof,
Oh, I know. So I had to call Grandma Schultz, my mom,
sure.
your grandmother, and say, "Oh my God, I just beat Tony with the belt." She goes, "I'm coming right over." She found out like I just barely hit you.
Do you remember what I did to deserve that?
I think you woke up. You just woke up in the morning. You wanted to eat. I don't know. I can't remember.
I was just crying, and you were
You
like,
were just crying.
Ferber method, fuck
What the
that.
hell is going on here?
Yeah.
He's still breathing?
What
Yeah.
about Dad? Did he have any like wooden spoons? Was it a wooden spoon? I remember something.
Your father, if I remember correctly, he would not discipline you. No, He just let you do whatever. You remember jumping around on the couch?
Oh,
just
yeah.
jumping on the couch, you fall off and hit your head. And
Yeah.
no big deal.
It was great.
I had him videotape one time because I didn't trust him. I'm like, I know you're letting him jump on the couch and
Yeah.
pull the ears of
I
the
have that
dog and
video.
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's right. And it's like, no, I'm not. And literally, the fucking video is showing, and you're jumping back and forth on the couch.
But I learned from it.
You did. I bet you jump on your couch right here now.
I don't anymore.
You don't. Okay.
Yeah, I don't anymore, but
I think Brenda would like that if you did.
she would. Yeah. But no, that was the first time I think I was on video. And he would hook it up to the TV. And I have this video clip.
Mm-hmm.
But he would hook it up to the TV so that way I can see myself. So the camera was like on the right, and then the TV was right in front. So you see
Old school.
me staring at the TV. So
Yeah.
that was the first time I got a taste for podcasting.
Yeah, that's it. That's
That's
exactly it. Well, yeah, you see, so that's another thing that you got from your dad, because he videotaped everything.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he videotaped everything. And then once we got divorced, he had the great idea of taking all those videotapes and turning them into DVDs.
Yep.
You had those DVDs, and I'll never forget, you brought them over to have me, to look at and whatnot. Oh my God, I binge watched, I cried, I laughed, it was amazing. And then you left Psycho Sally, and she took all of them.
Got him.
Remember? And then you got him back.
Got him back.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Thank God.
I wonder what she's doing. Let's not bring her up again.
She did
Sorry.
keep my friend's 10-season DVD set, though. Cunt.
That bitch.
Yeah.
I was going to say that word. I like that word.
But it's all right. It's on HBO Max now. So
Okay.
kudos, Sally.
What, the word cunt is, or?
Both.
Okay.
And Friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's not important
Yes.
anymore.
No, it's not.
Speaking of which, I mean, those DVDs I'm going to have to convert to like USBs.
Yeah. You're going to have to
Yeah.
do that for your children.
I have
See
to. Yeah.
how it comes around full circle?
Full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those were some good times, good memories. And I think that's the important thing in life, right? Is you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's going to happen next year, who you're going to be with. You just got to live in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
be responsible, obviously, in the moment. You don't want to YOLO. I did a podcast on that where, like, every day, live like there's no tomorrow. That's just
Or
idiotic
live like
thinking.
you're dying, something
Right.
like
That's
that.
stupid because,
Yeah.
like, what if you don't?
Yeah.
You want to have no money tomorrow? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be responsible. So being responsible and then, living in the moment with the people you care about. And that's the key. And I think as I was growing up and becoming an adult, I did not abide by that. I just said,
But no kid does. No kid does. Yeah.
and, I remember you guys telling me, Dad specifically, but you guys remember, saying, hey, save up. Worry about your credit, get a credit card, take care of your card, oil changes, do this, do that. And I just didn't do any of that.
Yeah. See, that's where you and I are a lot alike.
That's right.
And I was a grown-ass adult, and he was telling me that thing.
Yeah. To the day.
To the day. Now, come on. Now, my credit score is 425. It's better.
That's not good, though.
No, I'm just kidding.
But no, I'm very proud of what you've done traveling, to the Midwest. To the Midwest? Southwest?
Mhm. Midwest, right.
Midwestish. And doing your own thing and living below your means, which is important because now it's all about saving money and
Mhm.
focusing on your retirement and your future. And but I'm very proud and I'm very happy where you're at now, and I look forward to many more years of you growing and us growing, and then eventually get you back over here, and I'll have my own family and we can have our own memories.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, son.
Thank
I've
you.
totally enjoyed it. I'm leaving early Sunday morning. I'm going to cry like I always do, but I was thinking, I just saw you in January, even though that's 4 months and it's a long time. But
That's right.
if we can hook up every 6 months or so, I
Yeah.
think that I'll be
Well,
fine.
I think that's enough. Every 6 months, that's fine.
Every 6 months? Okay.
Yeah, that's
This was a little too close, is what you're saying?
It's a little too close. Maybe we
Okay.
push this back another 6 months.
Didn't you say to Brenda how long is she staying after you saw me surprised?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe you said that.
Well, it
Is
wasn't
she
like
staying for how long?
I
That's
didn't
what you
say
said to
I
her.
didn't say it like that.
Well, I think you did.
I think it was more like, oh, how long you staying? Like it was more of an exciting,
Okay.
maybe.
All right.
I don't know.
And by the way,
Right.
Pops is moving right around the corner from you. How's that going to work out?
That's
He's
right.
going to be over here every fucking day.
Well, the good news is he's, I think, more independent than I am at this
Okay.
point. Where he's like, he's moved over here. He's got a boat, and he's
You're just going to,
he's doing his thing.
you'll be lucky to ever see him, is what you're saying.
That's the hope. That's the hope. But I got a feeling every time I fire up that pizza oven, it's gonna be like the bat
Oh,
signal,
yeah.
and he's gonna.
So you got the
Come
pizza
on
oven,
over.
he's got the boat. It's perfect.
It's a good trade off.
Yeah.
So now, in a couple years, you get over here, buy a property. You got to bring something to the table.
Oh, yeah, I will.
That's the thing.
I've already got the plan.
All right. Well, we got a boat. We got a pizza oven. I wouldn't mind, like, maybe some kayaks or
Oh, yeah.
a plane.
Yeah. A plane? You want a
That's-
plane?
That'll be your
The
investment.
plane. The plane.
Yeah.
Well, you better start taking lessons then. You don't.
like
you have to have like 5,000 hours.
Do video games count?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Talk to Uncle Michael about learning how to fly
Actually, I
the plane.
think he's probably going to get the plane.
Well, he
gonna
lied
be
about his
next.
vision, from what I understand, if I remember the story right.
Is that right?
Yeah, so he could get his license, and then I don't know what happened. You'll have to ask him.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds like Uncle Michael.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'll work on the plane.
You work on the plane.
Yeah, I will.
Actually, let him deal with the plane. You just got to figure out something else cool to bring to the table.
Okay, I will.
That's a good call.
All right. Do drugs and alcohol count?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, something sustainable
I'm
that we
really
can use.
good. I'm really good at that.
Something sustainable.
Okay.
I'm
I'll
gonna use
work on
that.
it.
But anyway, I know you got to go and do this thing, whatever the hell you're doing,
Mm.
and then
I
come
can't
back
tell you,
and
it's
meet
a
up,
surprise.
whatever we're doing. I don't know.
Okay.
But thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, and I love you very much.
I love you too.
You are the perfect human being.
Oh, stop it.
Seriously.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the Berardo podcast, give yourself a big round of applause for Lisa Berardo, who was able to birth this human. So
Yes.
thank you, Mother.
And Brenda's thankful as well.
She is, yes. But until next time, thanks for tuning in to the Berardo podcast. Mom, anything you want to?
No,
I don't-
just I want to thank your wife for flying me in.
Yes,
She flew me in. Yeah.
she did a great job.
So let's give kudos to Brenda.
Great job, babe.
I think she needs to come on here real quick. Let's bring her in.
Babe, are you there?
Babe, are you decent? All
Are-
right, that
are
means
you
no.
naked? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where she is.
All right. Well, thank you, son. I love you.
But this was fun. Love you, Mom.
Bye.
Bye.